Ah, great. I'm not awake this morning. I was talking, and I thought my mic was unmuted, and damn it all to hell. Uh, yeah, the conversation earlier today was interesting that I had with Angelo a few days ago that was uploaded. Let's see, anything else going on? Not really too sure. We covered that Smokey was going after people. I think he's currently live doing something on Trinitarians or something. So that's a thing. Anybody have any news to speak of? So apparently we're going to try and get logos designed for speed of sound of gravity. We're going to need the professional assistance of an artiste. Hopefully we can find one. Hopefully. Let's see. John is supposed to be joining, so let's see if that happens soon. Let's see. Let's take a tour around the YouTubes and see if anything interesting is occurring. Let's see. Let's try Smoky Saint. No, he's not live anymore. Smokey was just finished reviewing a great debate review. We're doing a great debate review. Let's see. What about praise? Praise that I am, that I'm not. Nope. He was live yesterday for like 6.5 hours. Gee whiz. But no, nothing really recent. Let's see. Where's John when you need him? Team creep of sound to depravity. Oh, that would just make Smokey's day, wouldn't it? The fact that he never chose to capitalize on his own little saying. Yeah, that'd piss him right the hell off. LPP crawled out of whatever hole he was hiding in after Dylan's video explaining why he went to debate LPP. Yeah, no direction, by the way. I believe the link for the Hangout is in StreamYard if you want to join and chat. Let's see. I hate to keep things silent, but I can't think of too much else to talk about currently. I know John and Knock are always got something that's happening. Let's see. Anybody trying to join? Or was it creep of Handus unholy hyenas? I don't know. I forgot that they do call us hyenas. That's one of the interesting labels that Smokey has chosen to give us. Whoops. Oh man, I'm not old, so I don't understand how speed does these things. I mean, I'm not a good monologuer unless I have like a script in front of me. So, unfortunately. Let's see if anybody has joined. Nope. And here I thought he was immutable, but he was muted. All the lies. I know. I'm a liar. I'm a damn liar. What are you guys gonna do with me? How will I ever pay my debt back to the community that I've so cruelly and horribly manipulated? Ah, Nathan's finally joining. Well, he said he was, so we'll see how long that actually takes. Doot, 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 doot. Has LPP been doing anything but like any other content production and instead of, well, in place of, I guess, just doing after shows? And that's been his thing for a while now, so I don't know. All right, we're back. Knock on wood. I for some reason wherever I am today, the internet is just choosing to be a little bit sporadic about whether or not it wants to work. I don't know why it's doing that. Unbelievable. Twice in one day. So Lena, you can join if you'd want to. The internet here is interesting period intervals when it decides to want to work and not work. Let's see. All right. So what else is going on besides? No, you won't. We've learned to deal with the meter. So plus we watched you on the live stream earlier today with Otangelo. You were in there for about 30 minutes or so. No, you're not going to abuse people with your accent. What are you talking about? Maybe LPP makes fun of your accent, the way Smokey makes fun of Otangelo's Italian accent. I don't know. But I don't, so. Well, if you're better than Demeter, there's something to be said then, I guess. Oh, okay. Thank you, Shattuck. Let's see. Size and scale of the universe. All right. In English. In English. Oh, all right. So let's see. Let's check out the site that Shattuck has linked to us. Hey, how's it going?
What's going on?
Not much. The internet actually died a few seconds ago, so it's been kind of a bitch to deal with this thing.
Oh, so we're not live?
No, we are live, but occasionally because the internet I'm at is a little shaky at times, it'll kick me out, but it'll still keep the stream going.
So, I didn't notice until later that Speed was in there on his actual account, but
yeah.
Do you think he saw the message I sent you accidentally?
Which one?
You know, where I was saying, hey, send me a link, and I kind of like, you know.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe he did. I mean, his mind's kind of been all over the place this week, so could be. I can reach out to him and tell him like later on that if you want to talk to him, you can.
Yeah, I just I don't know. Like he said in his watching that stream the other day. It's like one of them things where, I mean, you don't know what to say, and the things that normally are said in that situation are just so inadequate and trite, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. He's so for those wondering what Speed is doing today, Speed is actually at the funeral home with grieving his lost daughter. So that's where he is. That's what he's doing. He's getting better though. His mood is definitely improving, given all that he's gone through.
Pardon me.
No, you're fine.
So I only watched a few minutes of that we were playing earlier, but like, what was the overall point of that?
Oh, one sec. The overall point of the conversation. You asked what was the point of the conversation?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, what was the overall point of showing that? I really I only watched a little bit of it. And...
Yeah. The overall point of the conversation, for me at least, was to generate content for Speed's channel, so we have something to review on Saturday Night the Atheist.
Oh, okay. But
also, it was to kind of assess like where Evangela's mental state is, like in terms of just like origins and things like that.
I mean, the little bit I watched, he was talking to John Maddox, and the argument John Maddox was making at the time was something to the effect that, nothing would convince an atheist. You know, the atheists who say that, well, show me some proof of a God and I'll believe in God. You know, and he was bringing up this example of, I think it was having someone grow a new limb or something.
Yeah.
And he was saying how, you ain't got no VR thing on your head, and we've proven that it's this and it's that. Right. And they still wouldn't believe, Well, the thing is, though, is that his little scenario, mm-hmm. not exhaustive of all the possibilities why that may have happened.
No, it wasn't.
Because, it's okay. You witness this thing that seems to be miraculous, and we've ruled out this list of 3 things, so it must be God. But as I've said for a long time now, I could have a being appear in front of me and do things that would seem miraculous to me, and my first thought would be, wow, what part of the universe are you from? Yeah. How do you have such technology greater than ours? Right. And it's just, I mean, it's a lack of imagination is what it is. Okay. You read a thousands of year old compilation of mythology, and you try and base your whole worldview on that. And it truncates your imagination. I mean, that's why I always say laughingly, jokingly that, hey, at least Scientologists have an imagination, I mean, if,
yeah, do they? Jesus, they're fucking, their stories are wild. Absolutely insane if you look into some of their, like how they think mountains and stuff formed. God, geez.
Oh, and then the soul catcher catching the souls and bringing them, throwing them into volcanoes on Earth, and like, I mean,
somebody was on some wild drugs when they thought that up.
Yeah, and that was right around when everybody first started experimenting with LSD and shit. So that could be where that came from.
Yep. But someone had a bad trip.
Yeah, it's just you know, I forget, it was somewhere on a video years ago in a comment section. I got talking to some people, and I think it was on oh shit. Wasn't there a YouTuber called Venom Fang X or something like
Yeah,
that?
Venom Pang X. He was way like really, really old school creationist, like back in the days of Neff.
And he had done a video. I think it was the Joker one, maybe, but he was dressed up as Joker. But anyway, I got talking to some people in there, and I was like, I mean, you know, you guys say it's either what science says or it's what your Bible says, and God's the creator. Well, holy shit, is that the only imagination you have? Like here, what about, couldn't it be that we're just like in a jar, like a jar of sea monkeys on some other being shelf, or something? I mean, if you're gonna have an imagination, have a fucking imagination,
Right.
I mean, and then the Christian, if you look back in history, much of the mythos of Christianity was also claimed in earlier religious traditions.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, it's very clear that like religion itself, like has like an evolution of its own. Not the same as biological evolution, but something of the sort.
It has roots in previous culture. I mean, that's pretty obvious when you compare like flood stories, when you compare, Greek myths about dying and rising gods, even though they're not exactly the same, you know that there's similarities.
That you see recurrent themes occur like within certain texts that happen to be like separated by so many years.
Is that a speed of sound of gravity I see?
That is. He's using his fucking avatar. Nice.
Amazing.
I learned how to edit it.
You learned how to change avatars. Holy crap.
I Googled it.
Oh my.
Yeah.
That sounds disgusting.
What are y'all talking about?
Nothing much.
I looked up the part of the video he just showed where
Maddox was talking.
Jello was talking to John Maddox.
Oh, was that last night? That one last night?
No, that was this morning.
Oh, this morning.
So what did you think of Maddox and Otangelo's critique of your arguments, Immutable?
Apparently, they said like other atheists have called me out on that, and it's like not to my knowledge. I've never.
That reminds me of Trump's people say, or people are saying. I have heard people say that kind of thing.
People say to me, they say, "Sir." Yeah, right. Get the fuck out of here. Nobody says "sir" to you, dumb asshole.
But it's like, if people do think I'm incorrect, I'm happy to take that criticism, or they think I can do better. Fine. But like I haven't had too many people like engage that with me.
Yeah.
So I don't know what the fuck he's talking about.
Well, I'm sure you can find an atheist anywhere to say anything at any time because we're not a religion.
Yeah.
Yeah, and what do you think I'm gonna do? Like if an atheist tells me I'm wrong, it's like, okay, I'm just gonna bow down to him and like accept what he says. No, I'm gonna challenge him the same way I challenge y'all. But
of course, if he'd said this philosopher said he's wrong, well, that would be probably a little more interesting because an atheist can have any opinion they want. That doesn't mean they're rational or good at philosophy or even genetics, that kind of thing.
Oh yeah, I mean, there's atheists like that are shit at philosophy. They don't understand it and they don't do it very well at all.
Raise his hand.
So where did our buddy Maddox talk to Otangelo this morning? What channel?
On the God Talk.
Shit, it's not up there. You got Linky?
The video we did earlier this morning.
On your channel.
What's that?
It was the thing that was playing on your channel this morning, Speed.
Oh, that thing. Okay. No, that was Maddox was on there too. On the
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't watch all the way through.
Hey,
So,
Can you get rid of that comment so I can see people's names?
I guess so, John. If you insist.
What are these
And
people?
once I see him, oh, okay, it's Scott. I didn't know whose avatar that was. All right.
Oh yeah. I
want-
figured I'd give my other dog equal time.
Oh, there you go.
I'm giving my other avatar equal time, the one that Erica did with Nathan. So
So yesterday afternoon,
Oh, no.
I got talked over somebody.
Walker's here. He needs to join us.
mhm.
Oh,
What's going
before
on, Walker? You recovering from Orgo?
he's got another class at 11, which makes me think he's in Central Standard Time.
Yep.
So yesterday afternoon, did any of you guys catch the discussion that Knock had with CJ?
I caught
No,
like
what
5
happened?
seconds of it.
Did it turn dumpster fire or anything?
Oh no, because CJ's usually pretty reasonable, even though many of his ideas are not reasonable, but he acts in a reasonable manner.
Yeah, he usually is pretty steady.
Somebody's spewing the stream back at us somewhere.
Make sure I don't have any other.
Oh no,
Anything else open. Nathan.
So,
Hey.
hey Nathan. I just wanted to ask you guys about something. So, Messenger was there in the live chat, performing his usual shtick and getting into it with people in the live chat and everything. And then at one point, CJ and Knock were talking about like different Christians, and CJ was, putting that idea out that certain. Yeah, I got my voice back at me again right there. I don't know what's going on, but so the no true Scotsman thing, like, oh, these people aren't really Christians or whatever. And so I put in the chat, I said, yep, no true Scotsman. And then Messenger replies, you guys always conflate the no true Scotsman fallacy. And
Conflate it with what?
right, that was my response to him. I was like, well, like, what is it we're conflating it to? Like, if you claim that something's being conflated, you have to say what it's being conflated to or conflated with. Like, and he didn't have an answer to that. I think he
learned the word conflate yesterday, and he wanted to use it in a sentence.
Right. Yeah, that's probably what it is. And then and his response was, certain Christians have their sound criteria for what a Christian is, and that's why they denounce certain denominations. I'm like, that's not a defeater for the no true Scotsman fallacy, like.
Right, they're just saying, I developed this fallacy, and I like my fallacy, and I'm going to use it.
Yeah, that's about what it amounts to. I mean, and then I got in at the end of it, and I actually asked CJ a few questions and was able to ask him, because during their conversation, he had said, well, no, I was in there, and he had said to me that he admitted that he could be wrong in his interpretation of some scriptures.
There we go.
And I said, well, okay, so if you admit readily that your interpretation of scriptures could be wrong, how is it that you can claim which Christians are the true ones? And I mean, he gave an answer, but he really didn't have an answer for that.
I asked Stanley last night if basically the way those guys are going, they're going to down to their particular little cult that consists of about 6 Christians, because they're dividing over all these issues, like the Trinity and whether or not good deeds will get you to heaven, and like it's kind of like we were talking about having AA meetings, and we were talking about splitting smokers and non-smokers, and then Republicans and Democrats, and then we could split Christians and non-Christians. By the time we got done, we'd each be standing in our own room.
Jesus.
Yeah. Every man is an island.
Right.
But the Christians, their biggest issues ain't the atheists. It's just other Christians at the end of the day. And we poke at it. We poke holes in there.
Well, the biggest issue for them lately is each other. So they're smiting Smokey. I love smiting Smokey.
Oh, I do too. He's just it's so fun.
Smite away. So I'm wondering if Trump is going to issue an order to fly flags at half-mast as he lost.
Well, I guess you could if you wanted to.
He could.
Agnostic Pagan Mom says, "Yeah, I love how Messenger Reveals keeps wanting to, chat with me." Fucking, I mean, and if you've seen the live chat from last night, I mean, if he wanted to talk to Agnostic Pagan Mom, boy, is he going about it the wrong way. I mean, because he was being insulting, and he was for a couple times he kind of sounded like Smokey going at her.
So somewhere, maybe I imagined it. Maybe it was last night. I thought I saw. Okay, John Maddox had a thing where he was showing a video from SFT's channel, and he was showing one of the talking heads, and they were talking, and he was going through all the, you need all these proteins for DNA replication and all this bullshit. Where the hell was that? I thought it was on his 900 sub thing, but I can't find it now. So
it's not on plausible, probable, whatever it is, or logical.
Yeah.
Didn't he kind of cover that on the video we just watched?
Maybe that was it on Otangelo's thing? I don't know. But it was really telling because, and I got to catch this guy. It was what are their talking heads from the Creationist Institutes, one of the PhDs, and he was saying, I've been studying biology for 50 years, and you learn something new every day. And then he started talking about stuff that you read out of a fucking first-year textbook in genetics, or biology. And I'm thinking, gee, this is all new to you? But I got to watch it carefully because, maybe I'm misrepresenting him. But I thought it was kind of stunning. And then they were all doing their John Maddox was. I screenshotted a bunch of really cool John Maddox expressions. His total condescension and his half-mast condescension and his full-on condescension. Those are the only expressions he has.
Condescension in all its forms.
Yeah, fuck me.
Hey, Speed, did you ever do like you said you were going to do and go through and watch a bunch of those Brent Terhune movie or videos?
Oh, I did. I watched a whole bunch. I've been watching those things pretty much nonstop. He's releasing new ones every day. So,
he's funny as fuck, dude.
Yeah, he's great. That's pretty cool. I usually don't do what I say I'm going to do, though, but in this case, I really did.
Yeah, I love that. Did we show it? Did we play it here? The one where he was. No, it might have been something I sent to Knock. Did you see the one where he was talking about like after the election, and he was saying, we did everything right. I drove around with Trump flags on my truck, and I open carried when I went to vote.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a good one. I just loved the boat one. It's like, I never thought I'd say this, but I think it had too many MAGA flags.
Yeah,
like,
Wow,
it was fucking great. And he'd be flying them at half mast if they weren't at the bottom of what the fuck was that lake? That's the lake my brother raced boats on. What the hell is that? Travis? Is that it?
I don't know. He's in Indian.
Austin. That's down in Austin, Texas. So, yep. So fuck. So I'm gonna do. I think I'm gonna. Yeah, we're doing a thing tonight, Walker. Right, with Walker. He's got a thing.
The AIG meme review.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna stop in for that. I'll see how I feel tonight.
Is somebody getting fucked right now? It sounds like beds.
Yeah, well, it's immutable, probably fucking around, sharpening pencils for the kids.
Sharpening pencils.
Do they still use pencils and have a pencil?
Yeah, I'll bet you he's sharpening his pencil.
Oh wow, wow, John, slander my good name here.
Mutable has all kinds of fucking noises. Leo has some good ones too. I'm thinking of like getting a sound effect track from those guys and being obnoxious like praise and just blast it in there every now and then.
Oh, have you heard the fucking the opening for Knox show yet?
No.
He's got all these fucking outtakes like Smokey and different people.
Oh, awesome.
Like somebody's saying, calls him Nakasuchi. Nakasuchi. And then he's got from one of Smokey's recent videos, he's got him saying, well, I'm not banging boys in the butt. And then he's got it.
Oh yeah, I heard that.
And then he's got it like in loop, like where he can play it like 10. I'm not banging boys in the butt. I'm not banging.
Oh, nice.
And it just goes like that. And then there's the one, I think it was on Togg's channel when like Knock asked him why he was so triggered. And he goes, oh, trigger. That's what always with you. Oh, trigger. Trigger. Oh. And so he's got that on his opening, it's fucking hilarious.
Leo clipped a really good laugh from Smokey once, and I've got it somewhere. It's a little tiny piece. I wonder if he's got that in there. It's and it was really, really startling and interesting. And like Maddox's laugh, that one, what the hell was that he did? That really great laugh. It just came out all wrong, His condescending chuckle just came out like some little girly voice or something. It was fucking weird. That's cool. Yep. I gotta get my shit together and start monitoring channels again, but I don't know. I'm gonna probably need another week off or so. I don't know.
That's not what I would call a priority.
Yeah, fucking priorities, man. Some shit happened to me and to my family, and it's I'm working on that a little bit. And I'm going to do a little video on that or two, and probably reach out to some people that may be going through the same shit. So,
are you even able to sleep anymore?
Actually, I get to sleep. I can't put myself down till about 2, but when I go down for about 6 hours. So, but during the day, I'm so adrenalized, calling people and arranging things and making. And there's the police and just shit like you wouldn't believe. I'm fucking going through. Anyway, there's going to be a. I apologize for talking about this, but if anybody makes anybody uncomfortable, the most common thing people say to me is, "I don't know what to say to you," and it's like, well, fucking just listen to me then. And there's going to be a front page article in the St. Paul, Minnesota paper, unless somebody bumps us off front page about my daughter. So, and about the craziness of the fucking police not being able to do anything to help her and all the shit that's been going on. But that's just the tip of the iceberg. I've got reams of notes to go through from her over the last year and a half of that she was dealing with this individual that she knew was going to kill her. So, and it's interesting. It's but I'm a grieving parent, and I should probably shut the fuck up.
No, not at all.
No, not at all. Yeah, I would. We could take it more private if that would make you feel better. But
no, I don't. No, it's going to be public, and I'm associating my name with the channel now too, and it's all going to be it's all going to be out there. And I think I'm going to do a playlist that'll concern this mental health nutcakes with guns issue.
Yeah.
I mean, and like I've said, I'm a fucking gun nut, and I have always had a kind of a different take on whether or not crazy people should have guns, because I don't want to have to defend myself against a crazy person with my gun. So I don't know.
Yeah. Anyway, expect to have to deal with somebody just pulling out their gun and shooting randomly because they're unstable.
Yeah, because the floors are waving up and down. Like this individual thought my daughter was making his floors wave down, and that she was spying on him and she was plotting against him. And this went on for a year and a half, and Me being a dad, I just said, "Oh, get your pepper spray, and we'll get you a carry permit. We'll do this, we'll do that." None of it fucking would have helped. It's crazy. It would have helped if we'd known that son of a bitch had a gun. We had never thought of that. Never crossed our minds that anybody that crazy could actually get a gun, right? I mean, it's like, what the fuck?
You can get them anywhere.
It's that's what it is too. It's like, okay, I'm a liberal, but as far as like when it comes to like everybody's has an aggregate score. They might be a liberal, they might be a conservative, but then there's always issues from the other side of the aisle that you agree with. And one of those for me is the Second Amendment. I think the Second Amendment,
me too.
I think it's sacrosanct. But the idea that anybody can get a gun, no, there has to be some limitations on it. And like, especially if someone is hallucinating on a regular basis, they don't need to have a gun.
Right. But then there's this weird thing that the police told me that they go and they pick these people up and they dump them on the doorstep of the medical community. And then HIPAA laws prevent the police from knowing what happened. And so the joke among the police is he's going to be home before we get back to the station. And so there's a failure in the medical community. There's a failure with the HIPAA laws, not communicating with the police. And there are failures of the police. Right now, the police are kind of covering their asses, but they rather drastically. They most of the, like, I just read a note from my daughter that said, call the police, but they didn't come because nothing violent happened. It's like, yeah. We got to be better people. If we're going to allow the police to have guns, then we have to train the police better. And allowing citizens to have guns, then we have to at least check to see if they're if they have schizophrenia.
Or why not have a medical system that will take in and treat?
Yeah.
Well,
digging into our fucking pockets. Like right now, I guess we used to put them in like nut houses, they called them back in the 50s and 60s, and then we tortured them, and then they quit doing that. And what they do now is just leave them on the street. That's our solution.
Well, Reagan started dumping people out of government-funded psychiatric treatment.
Yeah, they closed all those hospitals that they had, and now you go into just a general hospital, and the doctor looks at you, and if you can repeat 3 sentences, he says, "You're okay, go home." And and the thing about these crazy people is they can sound really sane for a few minutes when they're
because it's intermittent.
What's that?
It's intermittent. I mean, they can maintain sort of semblance of sanity.
Yeah, we're getting an echo again, man. Somebody's got it's.
Is it me? Let's.
Well, I don't know. All I know is that I was hearing Scott's voice twice.
Oh, there's that weird thing that StreamYard and YouTube's doing where all of a sudden it'll play back. Like,
yeah, I don't have any other windows open with YouTube or anything, so I don't know.
I mean, if it's your voice that's being heard twice, it's probably not on your end. It's
all right.
Yeah.
I wonder what percent of every conversation on StreamYard is about StreamYard and voices.
You think StreamYard would monitor that? I've been working with their customer service, and they had really crap customer service.
Holy fuck, man. So look, I got a spare bedroom here. And so a while back, I cut a hole in the bottom of the door and I put a pet door in there. So then that way, I could put my, that's a storage room. It's not used as a bedroom. And I put my cat's litter box and everything in there. And I'm thinking, okay, he can go in there and do his business and I don't have to smell it. I don't know what the fuck he just did, man. But even with that pet door there, it's like, holy fuck, man.
Yeah, you need a double door. I got a cat door, and the possum are getting in the winter. They come in to eat the dog food that I keep. I've had to catch a possum in an insect net twice now and haul his ass outside.
You caught him in an insect net?
Yeah, I've got a big butterfly net for catching insects from my microscope, and I catch possums with it, and I catch birds. My cats bring birds in, all of them fly around the fucking house.
Dude,
Like
one day, this was probably, holy fuck. Let's see. 30, holy shit, like 35 years ago. I leave my buddy's house after we were partying, and I cut through the yards, like at an angle from one corner to the next through the backyards. And I was going through this one backyard, and there was a chain link fence. And all of a sudden, there was this huge, what I thought was a rat fucking scurrying across the top of the chain link.
Oh, it just happened again.
Yeah. Well, no, the whole time it's been a mutiny. It had to happen.
Okay.
But so I picked up this pipe that was laying on the ground, and I smashed down on that thing because I was so freaked out and killed it. And then I ran back to my buddy's house, and I was like, dude, I just killed the hugest rat I've ever seen in my life. And then he comes over there with me, and he starts laughing. He goes, dude, that's a possum. Like,
oh no. I had this one possum I was feeding for like 3 years. And one day my ex-wife came over, and she was leaving. She called me, and she says, come on up here. And here's Posse sitting in my driveway with a tire track over his belly. He killed him. I mean, I love Posse. And it was fucking funny, but it was in my driveway. Well, it was kind of funny. It was a pretty dark day. But anyway, so I told my son about it, and he lives in a couple towns over. And he said, yeah, I just saw him when I went out to, get in the car to go home. He's the one that ran over him.
oh,
He said, I just saw Posse. And like Posse must have ran under his car. And we never told him that it was him that killed Posse. So I hope he doesn't listen to this stream. He doesn't listen to my so he doesn't know that he's the one that killed Posse.
Dude, possums have like vicious fucking teeth, dude. Like,
oh, but they're fucking cool. They're actually pretty gentle. They'll hiss at you if you corner them and stuff, but they're pretty docile. I get them in the house, and they just go hide in the library behind the books. And I don't think they've read all those books, those possums, but maybe.
I don't think so.
So if the possum can get in, can the raccoons get in?
Actually, I worked for 3 years on a raccoon-proof cat fence. It's got a ceiling and everything. It's for my cats to go outside. The eagles will eat my cats if I didn't have a top fence. And this fucking possum, those raccoons, I call them my little basically quality control engineers, because they would find every hole. And one time I saw one of them kind of running on the fence upside down, hanging onto the fence. And he went over to a pole, and he crawled up that, and then he went, upside down again, and he goes over to this other hole, and he gets out. And I'm like, that is some fucking cool shit you did right there. But then I went and paddled, and then another hole and another. And it took 3 years, but it's coon proof. But yeah, they could come in through there, and they haven't. That guy with the raccoons that somebody linked to me. He's got like 145,000 views on some of his raccoon videos.
Oh, that was needed. I'd link you that.
Yeah, we gotta start doing fucking raccoon videos to get more subscribers on our channel. Fuck this creation stuff. Well, I can talk about creation science while I'm feeding the raccoons, and maybe that'll do it.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, fucking crazy.
You can talk about the evolution of raccoons.
Yeah.
Well, also, what's the deal? Why do raccoons have hands like ours?
Yeah, that's really interesting. That's obviously intelligent design. Those suckers are going to be the next intelligent race, the next technological race. After we kill ourselves with COVID by being stupid about COVID.
It's between them and dolphins.
Between them and dolphins, yeah. Dolphins have the sea, like raccoons will have the land.
Yeah, there we go.
But raccoons with their hands can manipulate the environment.
Right.
And possibly with tools if they're ever intelligent enough.
Yeah, they could use tools, and they're smart enough to do certain things like shit, they're smart enough to get into all kinds of locks and places. And I saw a video of one the kitchen cabinets, right, and above the kitchen cabinets you got some drywall. Well, he had chewed a hole through the drywall, opened the cabinet, and he was pulling food out of there. That's pretty cool shit.
I remember one time years and years ago, maybe even 25 years ago, fucking Rush Limbaugh was on a show, his radio show, was talking about, he was making fun of somebody who was talking about how intelligent dolphins are. And he was saying, oh, show me a skyscraper a dolphin ever built. Show me an automobile that a dolphin ever built or whatever. And it just seemed so narrow-minded to me, because it's like, okay, you're judging them on your perception of what intelligence is, by man-made achievements. I mean, maybe dolphins, they could be more intelligent than us, but they're just in a different fucking realm. Like to them, maybe they look at all these buildings and shit and say, what the fuck are you doing? Like,
yeah, it's ridiculous. Well, you gotta have hands, first of all, to be a human being, and then you gotta have socialization, and there were how many species that basically there are a lot of hominids that didn't make it, and there were we could have ended up on this planet with like 4 or 5 species of us that were very similar, that were intelligent, and for one reason or another, we rose up and nobody else did. But we're doing our best. We're doing our best to correct that issue, that whole thing about humans.
Yeah, we're going to attack ourselves out if we're not extremely motivated.
There are 70 million people that thought Trump was doing a good job, and I want to ask all of them why Trump hasn't come out in the last a few days and said something about that helicopter crash. Instead, he's tweeting about how people should not watch Fox News anymore. It's like Smokey and Praise, right? Fox and Trump, the same thing. They're not friends anymore because Fox said he lost the election. It's like his fucking feeling is hurt. His one feeling, Trump, his one little feeling, his win feeling. Oh, fuck.
I mean, look at the dichotomy that's going on with Joe Biden. Every time he's been in the news, like in the last couple of weeks, it's just been, he sounds so reasonable and presidential and everything, and then you get these wacky fucking tweets from Trump and the crazy shit he said within a few days of the election. I mean, it's just like, I gotta believe that the more that Trump goes on with this, the less Republicans are going to be on his side. I mean, by the time January 20th rolls around, there won't be anybody, speaking out for Trump.
Yeah, he'll be alone. He'll be sucking his banky and sucking his thumb. He'll be wandering around like a homeless guy.
He'll be sucking his thumb, and Bill Barr will be sucking his cock.
Yeah, but the Republicans right now are afraid to come out again because of that 70 million Republican base, right, that voted for Trump. But they're kind of fucking themselves, because the same way that Trump did, out of that 70 million, there are about 10 or 15% at the top that are not going to approve of what Trump is doing and how he's losing. And those Republicans are going to lose that 10 or 15% base. And I got a feeling that Democrats are going to take Senate and the House in 2 years in a major way, because it's about percentages. I mean, they're going to keep the dumbass Trump supporters, but there are a lot of intelligent Republicans that are not going to stand for this. They're going to lose that base, and the party is Trump. I basically destroyed that party. They just don't know it yet. So,
I mean, they're going to he's going to be the head of the party even when he leaves office. So is the way they're talking.
He's what?
That Trump is the leader of the Republican Party now, even when he leaves office.
Yeah. Let them do something dumb like we'll end up with a 3-party system, and the other make the Republican Party a dark memory at some point. Like I say, I've always identified as a Republican, but like an old 1960s, 70s Republican, and I vote straight Democrat. So
I really wish they'd replace the Democrat Party, or at least the leadership, because they're just as corrupt and compromised with corporate money, and they have no, I don't know, they just don't seem to have any political sense or sense of fight. Yeah.
Yeah, when they got rid of Al Franken would have been the perfect person to run against Trump, because he's that same kind of out of the box person. And when they got him to resign over some stupid Saturday Night Live joke he made, on the airplane with the boobs, that's when I lost all hope for the Democratic Party too, I guess. It's like, you assholes, you had the perfect candidate right there, and he was coming up to the point where I think he would have ran. And he would have been really good. He's a real intelligent man. He's got a sense of humor. Yeah. I mean, who couldn't love a guy that wrote for Saturday Night Live, right?
Yeah, he even performed.
Yeah.
Stuart Smalley.
Yeah. He wrote some wonderful movies too, but he's just a really intelligent man. And but yet he was out of the box, and he took on the status quo, and in a big way. He was brave. You remember how he went after Trump? I don't know if he's from Minnesota, so you probably didn't hear all the news, but he just went after Trump's ass when he first got elected, when he first got in the office, and he would have been a wonderful. And he regrets resigning over that. He said he wouldn't do it. He wouldn't have resigned if he had it to do over again, because it was stupid.
Yeah, I mean, it was like it wasn't a good thing, but it wasn't something to like lose your career over. It was like it was worth a public apology and then forget about it.
I mean, if that was a standard of Mutable, and Leo wouldn't be on this channel anymore,
Oh my God. Yeah, horrible.
I'm sorry, Immutable. I give you so much shit. I give Leo a lot of shit too.
We've been running this channel for like a week and a half now, and this is what you do. All right.
You guys have been doing so fucking good. Thank you so much for doing this. You guys are really, and you fucking up my production values. And I don't know how you did that YouTube video with without the borders. You're gonna have to tell me all this trick.
I don't know. I'm gonna have to keep some secrets from you.
Yeah, you're gonna pull.
Beautiful. Did you just have an orgasm?
No, just
you're gonna pull a what the hell? Steve McRae and who was that other guy? What was his name? Huh?
Kyle Curtis.
Yeah.
You got fired.
Yeah, you're gonna pull a Kyle on me?
No, I'm not a Kyle. So
now that I gave you the keys to the kingdom, so
are you a Chad?
Yep. Wow. Okay, John. I'm surprised you know what that is, but okay.
Okay, guys. Right. I got a billion things to do today, so I'm gonna go out. But I'm gonna try to be on tonight, do some content. But I got some shit ahead of me today, and we'll see what's left of me tonight. So okay.
Yep.
All right. Take it easy, Speed.
See you, Speed.
How do I get out of this place? I gotta pay to get out. Oh, there.
How do I get out of this place?
So, are we wrong about evolution after having listened to that video? Did they own us?
No, although I'm sure they'll claim otherwise.
I know. I can't believe how they were going pretty hard after Erica in a field that she already claims isn't her own, like they're doing a takedown or something.
Right.
They ought to like pick some people like who are the names in Biogenesis?
Yeah, I know some of the people. I just can't
remember. Nick Lane, Eric Smith. Is there an Eric Smith?
Eric Smith. Yep.
And then Sizak, or I can't remember his name.
David Sutherland.
Yeah, I've been watching some of those videos. Why don't they just like look at their material and go after them instead of YouTube science enthusiasts who already claim they're no expert.
Yep, I've claimed I'm not an expert, and I just have an interest in the field.
Yeah, me too. It's like when you've put a few years under your belt, you kind of want to, just get a grasp of some basic questions, and where we began and where we came from is one of them. And so I just kind of want to understand the concepts going on around there.
Yep, pretty much.
But they don't care about the truth. They just want to be able to disprove one of us atheists, YouTube atheists, in one area of science, so they could have something to laugh about to say, like, you see, they don't know everything, and because they don't know everything, they have no right saying that there isn't a God because they don't know everything.
Yeah, God could be hiding in the gap somewhere. But that's not
Yeah.
God in the gaps.
Yeah, you can't prove there's no God. Get out of here.
The thing is, the things we say about them, they're saying about us. That in our hearts we just don't want to know the truth. We don't want to know that there's a God because we want to live in sin.
They're blind to evidence.
Mm-hmm.
You hate God.
Yep, I hate something I don't believe in. There we go.
I don't understand. Okay, so like Darth Dawkins, like I've been watching some of Tom Rabbit's videos, and like there's one I watched yesterday where he like challenged somebody on politics. This might have been a year old, and the dude's like, "Sure, we can have a discussion as long as we have a moderator and timed responses." Well, no, I asked you a question, Darth. I'm like, yeah, I know what your shtick is, Darth, but if you want to have a conversation, we can have an actual conversation with timed responses. I'm not playing your game, and he just flipped the fuck out. And it got me thinking, the whole basis of his little shtick, or, his perverted version of the Socratic method it's just so nonsensical, because it's based on nothing. It's based on, I don't even remember how he says it. He says, all facts have to reference God, or they're not actual facts, or something like that. Like, and it's just crazy. It's like, don't you have to prove there's a God first before you can say all facts are based on the idea of God? Like, and then you have no basis. What is it? No ultimate basis for any ultimate reality.
Yeah, and that's just stupid.
So what's the difference between ultimate reality and plain old reality?
Yeah, I have no idea.
It's the source of everything. It's the hidden truth out there that we all striving to find. That is it right there. We all striving for that one thing, to be absolutely 100% correct. This is their idea.
Which is hilarious in and of itself, because there's no gradient of truth. There's no absolute truth. There's no better truth than another truth. Things are either true or they're untrue.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect dichotomy. So people talk about absolute truth, or objective truth, or whatever you want to call it. It's no, things are true or they're untrue. Regardless of what you believe about a thing, it is either true or it's untrue. There's no middle ground.
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
The most ironic statement this morning on that video was when Maddox said that we don't read past the abstract and get
I was dying laughing when he said that, because I'm like,
getting all the iron in your blood just like suddenly magnetize and face one direction and start tingling. It's like the irony was just dripping so heavily from that.
Oh yeah, because I've done that with him. Like, I brought up his own paper and read something like from one of his papers, or I've told him like, oh, by the way, the paper you're citing doesn't agree with you. Here's something from like the body of the paper. Oh, well, you haven't had the red paper. You're just making shit up. It's like, okay.
Well, I will go with the God did it explanation if they'll let me do it with everything that happens.
I'll let them go if God did it, as long as they let me go with science did it.
Yeah, because God did it. You don't need any further analysis or inquiry. How did your garbage can get knocked over? Well, God was pretty pissed and he knocked it over. And if they argue with me, I'll say, well, your heart's just in the wrong place. You don't really want to know the truth. That's why we can have a science is God did it is not a good enough explanation.
Nope.
And that's why we, of course, they also confuse, what is it? What kind of naturalism versus
philosophical versus methodological?
Yeah, methodological naturalism with philosophical naturalism, thinking that we all believe in philosophical naturalism.
Yeah.
Which I don't know if I do or not. It's just I totally agree with the methodological naturalism because that's what gets you more answers to questions.
Yep, it's the only thing that does. Unfortunately, their method is just never shown to be effective in any way.
Step 1, see a thing you don't understand. Step 2, claim God did it.
Yeah.
I'm done.
That's how easy it is.
Looks like this conversation or exchange has gone on fairly good for a fairly good time.
I'm glad we got to interact with Speed a little bit and see where he was at.
Yep, that was good. It's nice to see him around. All right, I think I'm going to get going.
All right, sir. Thank you for being a faithful host.
I try. All right, guys, take care. We will be doing
y'all.
Yep, we will be doing the AIG meme review tonight at 7:30. So be there.
I'm looking forward to it. That's my Friday night.
Isn't AIG a meme in it?
Oh, it is. It is.
You may get lawyers contact you for using the AIG insurance name.
Let them try.
All right, we'll talk to you later.
All right, see ya.
Bye.
Bye.